Hey, what's up, guys? It's Tito7177 here with ZeldaMariners. Guys, we just want to welcome you guys to the Beta Bros Banter podcast. I don't know what episode we're on right now, but it is currently hella either late or very early in the morning, depending on how you interpret it. It's not yet 2, so for all you guys who watch How I Met Your Mother, it's still... I mean, we're still in the good part of the day.
For now.
For now.
We got 4 minutes for you.
I know, right? But at least, we're hanging out, and that's the bottom line.
Yeah. But also for me, it's Okay, I don't want to get copyright striked. That's all I can play. For me, it's Star Wars Day, still.
Nice. That's true. It is still Star Wars Day.
I don't know how good that audio was, because I was playing that through my phone speaker into my microphone.
Steve would be proud of how janky that sounded.
That's great. That's perfect.
Yeah, dude, how did you celebrate your 4th?
I watched the OG.
Oh, snap. That's right. You do that. That's a yearly thing, right?
Yeah. I got it. You got to watch the OG on May the 4th. Mm-hmm. Every year. I got my Star Wars shirt on. I have Star Wars Me Undies. # not sponsored.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Dude. They are so comfortable. Like, I thought, like, all the podcasts and whatever, they always have, like, Me Undies.
Might as well, like, try it, right?
Yeah. I was like, you know what? They get a discount, and they're all, like, they actually rave about it, and I trust them, so I'm going to try it. And it's actually, like, hella soft and comfortable.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Nice.
And it, like, hugs the thighs a little bit, which is nice, because I have zero shaving. Zero shaving is nice.
That's sweet, man.
Yeah.
God, dude. Shaving's probably the worst, right?
Dude, especially, like, there, because when you're walking, you feel it.
Oh, yeah. I know what you mean. It's like, especially on a summer day.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just like...
You were, like, out enjoying the day, playing some sports.
Yup. And then chafing occurs.
Ugh.
It's the worst.
It is.
So, man, it's already, like, full-on spring right now.
Oh, yeah.
Verge of summer coming up. How's the weather over there in Seattle?
Dude, it's actually been really nice, and it's scary. Because I think since, like, the stay-home order, we've had, like, 2-3 days of rain.
Oh, what? In this time of the year?
Yeah. It's been sunny, and it's like Mother Nature's like, look how nice I am now that no one's polluting me.
It's like, if you guys ever been to Seattle, it rains, or it's at least cloudy, from like the month of
it's like Labor Day
October.
to the 4th of July.
Yeah, it's literally like, yeah, 4th of July is like your last day of like true spring, and then it gets sunny after that.
Yeah.
I think I've only had, maybe as a kid, probably 4 or 5 summers where I was like, oh, I remember it being sunny on 4th of July.
Yeah, it's always like the joke for at least me. It's like, oh yeah, summer starts on the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then all those fireworks going off, it's like, oh,
yep.
Such a good feeling.
Yep.
But it's already the 5th by the time they all start.
Yeah. And see, I think that's really weird, is that, like, you get, like, the 4th of July off, but you never get the 5th of July off, and it's like, man, that's the day I need off, because I'm up late on the 4th.
Oh, I know, right?
And, like, everyone's barbecuing, and you're not gonna barbecue till, like, 7 or 8 anyway, because it doesn't get dark till 10.
Yeah, it's like the Monday after Super Bowl Sunday, right?
Yeah.
So we just need that day.
Yeah. That's what we need. It's like if you only had New Year's Eve off. That would be so dumb. Ring in the New Year? Nah, I gotta work tomorrow. We go to bed at 10.
Oh, so sad, dude. I worked New Year's once. I was like, why?
That sucks.
But then this year, though, it was amazing. I had New Year's Eve, New Year's Day off.
Nice.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I went all out. I can't remember the exact place I went, but it was like in the pier in Philadelphia. I was actually going to look it up.
Nice.
And essentially it was this large, I don't say warehouse building. I guess it was called Morgan's Pier. And basically it was like a bi-level bar, open bar in the front with a bunch of seating area, and then you go downstairs and that's where the dancing, floor is.
Nice.
And my friends and I, we went. It cost us like $100 each.
Oh.
But you got, yeah, I know it's steep, but you got like free drink, like quote unquote free drinks, as long as you drank like 10, which I did.
Wait, but that was like, was that like an entry fee?
Yeah, that's an entry fee.
Oh, dude, that sucks.
But the drinks were free.
I guess, but yeah. For someone like me who drinks essentially zero.
Yeah, for you, man, it probably wouldn't have been worthwhile. Like me, I was like double fisting like
Edward 40 hands.
Left to right. Yeah, exactly, dude. It was like I felt pretty good.
Nice.
Even after I was done, as I probably told you guys before, it's like I don't pass out when I'm drinking.
Nice.
And I make sure not to show it if I'm looking like I'm having too much fun.
Nice.
So yeah. So what happened was, so we go to my friend's place, and they're like, "Oh, we already left." I'm like, "What?" "Yeah, we're already at the place." I'm like, "Okay." So we go there, and we're still waiting for them. It's like 20 minutes. 20 minutes go by. I'm like, "Where the hell are they?" And they're like, "Oh, we couldn't find parking." I'm like, "Man, this place opened at like 9." We get there. We're like one to. I guess we weren't the first ones there. There were people there like partying before we even got there.
I'm sure they started at 5.
I was like, this place. How'd you guys get in? The place wasn't even supposed to open for like another maybe hour. So they end up getting in. We end up hanging out. Like all my friends got drunk. Like it was me, my buddy, one of my other residency colleagues, his girlfriend, and then it was like a bunch of her friends.
Nice.
So I was like, "Ooh, this ratio's great." I talked to one girl, and I mean, like it was fine. Like we didn't really like hit it off like crazy, but that was like among her friends. And then I was at the bar. I was like, I hit my friend Robbie up. He's like, "Hey man, see that girl? I'm gonna talk to that girl tonight." He's like, "All right, we'll see."
Okay.
Cool. And he's like, "Any girl you like out there?" I was like, "Yeah, that one." He's like,
That one.
"Okay, we'll make it happen."
Oh,
so
you know she likes it dirty. No, wait, that's just How I Met Your Mother.
Well, this girl was like, was wearing a white dress, was
with
like
the
brunette,
underneath. Oh, sorry, that's a black dress. My bad.
So what happens is we're having fun, we're hanging out. I'm just chilling with my dudes, and then right around like 11, I see her sitting down with her one friend she brought, and I turned to my friend, I was like, "Dude, why'd you over there by yourself? I'm gonna go talk to her." So he's like, "All right, sounds good, let's go." I'm like, "Huh?" He's like, "Yeah, let's go." I'm like, "All right." So I walk over, and he's like, "Hey, have you met Dan?" And he literally. She's like, "No, I haven't met him, Dan." It's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And then he leaves. He turns 90 degrees and walks away. And
he like 100% played Have You Met Dan?
Yeah, and it worked. It freaking worked.
Exactly how you play that game.
Oh man, and what happened next was I was just sitting with her for probably 2.5 hours.
Dang.
Like the ball drops in New York, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." So we're hanging out, and then all of a sudden, like it's like almost 2 a.m. It's almost like right now, and during that time, she's asking for my number, just get my Facebook. We're hitting it off. I'm telling stories to her friend. Like I'm like, "Oh, sweet, I like this girl. She's cute. I think we could probably hit it off." The problem was she's not from like here. She lives in like Virginia. I'm like, it's all right, but we'll still talk. So it's good. And then so next day we talk a little bit, and all of a sudden like she falls off the face of the earth, and I'm like, "Where is she?" Like she has me on Facebook. I was messaging her, like we were going back and forth. All of a sudden it just stops. I'm like, "Oh, that's weird." And then I message her friends like, "Hey, is she all right?" And she's like, and no answer, none. and then basically then they find out later like they both blocked me out of the blue. I'm like, who are these girls?
What did you do?
I don't know, and that's what confused me. And so the only reason why I bring this up because I was going through my old messages, and I was scrolled down like, oh, that's her thing, and so I click on it, and I'm like, why is it popping up as normal again?
Oh, she unblocked you.
Which I'm confused. Like, what was her point?
And at what point did she do that? Like, did she
And why?
actively like unblock you after like a week of that?
I don't know.
Was this yesterday that she unblocked you?
I would have laughed. I would have laughed at the once. Like, what's the timing? No, it was about a month ago that I was looking.
That's weird.
And then it didn't dawn on me until I was like going through my messages today. Like, oh, I wonder what happened there. I don't want to. I'm never gonna message her back.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say that was my New Year's shindig.
Well, I always have New Year's with like family friends, with the lone exception of the time we were in New Hampshire.
Oh, okay.
For the wedding. Yeah. That's the only time I wasn't at like my family friend New Year's party. So
Wow.
I was not picking up anybody.
That'd be kind of weird.
Yeah. It would have been.
Yep.
You'd think the best man would get something, you know?
You know,
I mean, I think if the maid of honor was single, we probably would have hung out more. But
don't worry. I would have made it happen. I would have set things up so nicely.
yeah.
It wouldn't even be games. You know how like how Have You Met Blank is a game. Nah, man.
You don't even need a game because like we kind of knew each other beforehand.
Exactly. It'd be like you would like cement it. That's what we're saying. Cement that.
Yeah. Oh well.
I mean, I think, yeah, I don't even know who his new guy is in this girl's life, but it's like,
yeah.
I mean, mazel to them, but
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
I feel like New Year's is a terrible time to meet someone anyway.
Well, I guess it depends what you're looking for, right? If you're looking just to hang out with somebody and maybe like, I mean, I met another girl. I don't think I talked to her since New Year's because she was crazy, but she was like all over me after I was done talking with the other girl.
I see.
and so, but I text her and then I was like, yeah, I think I'm done with her.
Jeez.
There comes a time where you're like, yeah, that level of craziness, I don't know if I can deal with, and I'm not gonna elaborate. But I was like, oh yeah, that's a definite negative. Like, you're fun, but no,
yeah.
not for me.
Yeah, and I think like the crazy quote crazy is like different for different people. Like, there's probably just like certain things that you're like, oh man, that's crazy, and I'm like, no, I think that's sweet. You know, like. It's kind of like the beauty's in the eye of the beholder kind of thing.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, you have the crazy hot scale that Barney used. I don't know what season was that.
So this podcast is just an episode of How I Met Your Mother. That's what this episode is.
The Barney.
The barnacle.
I guess it'd be the barnacle.
That's what he called himself, was the barnacle.
Yeah. I was thinking the Chronicles of Barney, but Barnacle sounds right.
Chronicles of Barney. The Chronicles of Barnea.
The Barnea. The Chronicles of Barnea was my first C.S. Lewis book.
That's funny.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Yeah, that's good. Back to the weather thing. Sorry, there's no segue there. But I pulled up the forecast. Listen to this forecast.
Okay.
Tomorrow, mostly sunny, 68.
Ooh,
Wednesday,
nice.
80% chance of rain, 59. But that. Thursday, sunny, 67.
Oh.
Friday, sunny, 77.
Jesus.
Saturday, sunny, 80.
80?
Sunday, sunny, 79. What is this weather?
I don't understand. I don't understand.
What is this
That's crazy,
5-day forecast for the beginning of May in Seattle? I don't understand.
I don't know either. Oh.
Yeah.
No, that's a miracle. I would definitely go and just chill out in the sun if I could.
I mean, I'm probably going to.
That dude.
Yeah.
So is the stay-home order still a thing, or are they allowing people out?
It was extended until the end of May.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess Washington State Governor Jay Inslee has a 4-tier step plan thing to reopen slowly.
Okay.
I forget what the tiers are.
I know you opened up golf courses like earlier this week.
Yeah. He reopened golf courses, hunting, fishing, and state parks. But I don't know to what extent we can do state park stuff, because I think we still have to adhere to the 6 feet social distancing thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alright, so
Interesting.
yeah. I guess we're on phase 1, which is continue the stay-home order. Some outdoor recreations such as hunting, fishing, golf, boating, hiking are reopened.
Mm-hmm.
No social gatherings. You can have spiritual services as a drive-in. So you can have in your car at the church parking lot spiritual services.
Okay.
Only essential travel is allowed, and then only essential businesses are open, with the extension of construction, landscaping, car sales, retail with curbside pickup, car washes. And then I think this is until May 31st, and then we start phase 2, where all outdoor recreation involving fewer than 5 people are allowed, so you can do camping, beaches, all that stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then after that, phase 3 is up to 50 people, and then that includes outdoor recreational sports activities like my softball league that I've been missing, public pools, all that. And then phase 4 is fully open.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting for the next, few months.
Yeah. I don't know how quickly we can go through those phases. But it sounds like phase 2 will start at the beginning of June.
Yeah.
Assuming we remain on a trajectory of lower cases and lower deaths.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. That's
Pennsylvania's going through something similar right now, where they've already started a lot of their preparation for reopening.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it starts, I think, this week. I think on Friday. I think that's when things actually start kicking off.
okay.
The 8th. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully people will not be dumb.
Yeah. I don't know.
And
People
go
are pretty
overboard.
dumb.
Yeah, people are dumb just because unless that happens to them, they don't care.
Yeah. I saw a thing today. A couple people posted different articles about it, and it's I guess people are cutting holes in their masks to breathe easier. And I'm like, that defeats the purpose of wearing a mask. What the heck are you doing?
It's Jesus Christ.
Do you not understand how the mask works? You're supposed to breathe through it because it's the filter.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. But I'd rather not talk about this because it gets infuriating and crazy. And
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. We can stop.
No, it's fine. It's okay to touch on, I think. But I just get I get heated about it.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you bring that up because I always feel like COVID's gonna change the landscape when it comes to a lot of humor.
Yeah.
And it's everybody's gonna talk about it. If you're a stand-up comedian, you're gonna be talking about COVID. If you don't, you're oh man, either people are gonna love him because they're gonna be Oh yeah, he's not like, going for low hanging fruit. Or people are gonna like, wow, how do you not have a joke even for that?
Yeah, true. Or at least like they're gonna talk about like, oh, remember that summer that we were all in quarantine, kind of a thing,
Yeah, it's almost like a gas leak year for everybody.
right? This is like you remember the summer that Pokemon Go came out? This is like the exact opposite of that.
Yeah. Everybody. Yeah.
There are like hordes of people like, oh, let's go get this Pokemon. Now it's just like there's nobody anywhere.
Oh, Pokemon Go that's the name of your trainer. A wild COVID appears. It used quarantine. It was hella effective.
All of your Pokemon fainted. All of them. I only had one out. All of them fainted.
All of them fainted. Even the ones in captivity. Even the ones on your Bill's PC.
Oh my gosh, Bill's PC. Even the ones you released from your Pokeboxes.
Oh my god.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever accidentally released a Pokemon? You were just trying to like, move to a different box?
Yeah, I released my starter on accident.
Oh no.
Because as a kid, I was like, "Oh, is this how like is like the episode where Ash lets Butterfree go? Is this how this works?" He comes back, right? No.
He comes back. Is this how I release him from the Pokeball and he walks behind me like Pikachu?
Yep. Oh, that's so sad.
No. Oh god.
Oh man, like, dude, Yellow version though. Oh, so fun.
Dude, Yellow was great because you got all 3 starters plus Pikachu, and that's like 2/3 of your team for the rest of the game.
Oh yeah, because everybody wanted to be Ash.
Yeah. So you just like you have those 4, and then you throw in like Mewtwo when you get him.
Yeah, exactly.
And then pick one of the legendary birds, and that's your team.
Yep. Oh man. Now, which legendary bird would you pick?
Oh, Articuno.
Oh yeah.
Articuno's always been my favorite.
Articuno probably looks the most majestic.
Oh yeah. I like the ice thing too.
Yeah, I always like Zapdos, but I always felt
Zapdos is solid.
But I always felt like Zapdos is kind of like counterintuitive because it's a bird and it's also electric.
Yeah, it's electric is super effective against bird.
Yeah, and I'm like, does that mean it's effective against him too? So
yeah, it doesn't hurt itself.
No, it doesn't hurt itself.
The thing with me, at least with the game, like Moltres was super annoying because like the first move it learned was Fire Spin and it does like 5 damage.
I know, dude.
You're just like, this is stupid. I hate it. Whereas like Zapdos, you got Thunder Shock at least, and then Articuno, it's like I don't even remember what Articuno had.
It's like Blizzard.
I mean, you end up with Blizzard at the end, but
it was Bubble.
Can you imagine?
Dude.
Oh god, what is that giant bird?
The one move I never got was Bubble. That's like I get like like Growl, and then like Leer. Like those are the ones that like, you always get rid of. Yeah. Because all you want is offensive moves.
The first time I played through it, I would use Tail Whip, and I was like, how does this not do anything? If you're like whipping someone with your tail, that can hurt. That can hurt. What?
I know, right? And the fact that it made that weird, like, high-pitched, like, meh, meh sound, I was like, are you just, like, wagging your butt?
Yeah, you're just wagging. It's not really a tail whip. It's a tail wag. You're just wagging. You're just a happy dog.
That's how his defense falls, because he thinks you're a happy dog.
Yeah. It's just, he lets out, oh, look at him wagging his tail. And then he goes,
I know, right? What was the weakest move that looked hella cool in the TV show? I always thought it was Quick Attack. It was, like, a decent move in the game, but I always felt like it never lived up to the hype.
Yeah. I mean, it was nice because for Quick Attack, like, if the Pokemon was about to faint, then you could just, like, hit him with the Quick Attack and you'd go first.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So that was always a thing. Do you ever... Okay, so I just said faint, but when I first did it before it cut out, I said kill because... Let's be honest, when we're playing Pokemon, you say kill. I'm going to kill that Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of... I'm gonna make him faint.
Faint?
Yeah.
That's too many words. Yeah, that's not a good word economy.
No. So it was always like, oh, I killed it. Yes, finally.
Yup. Did you use the Cerulean City store to get all your lemonades?
No.
I feel like that was my version of potion, was just getting a bunch of lemonades.
Oh, I always went like full revives.
Oh yeah, full revives. Hell yeah, dude.
So it's like, oh, you're dead. Oh, now you're back at full health. Oh, look at that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh man, full revives, dude.
Dude,
So good.
Pokemon, old school Pokemon is so good.
I played Diamond and Pearl. It was okay. I mean, the 3D aspect of it was sort of interesting, and I liked the fact that they had like better interface. But I always felt like it was just a little too extra for me.
Yeah, I think Pokemon got too complicated because I even got like I feel like I got first gen, second gen, and then I didn't play again until like X and Y or something.
Oh yeah,
I like picked it back up and I'm like, I don't know any of these Pokemon that are here. So I ended up just having like a party of first gen Pokemon.
Dude, that's the funny thing, because that's what I usually do. Is like if I can just get first gen, even if I don't like them from like the OG game, like I'll still use them. Because they still have a very, it's small but significant space in my Pokemon heart.
Yeah, exactly. And so I was like, oh man, I don't really get Pokemon anymore.
Yeah.
And it got super complicated.
It got too convoluted for me. Like when you get past like 151, or in the past, and then all of a sudden you bypass 250. It's like, I think I'm good.
I think it's 251.
I don't know.
I think Celebi was number 251.
Celebi. Okay.
I think so. Wait, hold on. Now I have to look.
Oh my god!
What?
Freaking Elon Musk has a new kid. It is oh my god! The pictures he posts are hilarious.
Celebi is number 251.
Oh, nice work. Here, let me send you this. Let me send this. Check out this photo of this baby.
What is wrong with this baby? Why does it have tattoos on his face?
I don't know. But
Ruby
guess he
Savage, a diamond, a snake.
But guess he posted that.
Elon Musk. Oh, I see. I didn't realize he was going to be a father.
Yep, he is now a father. And this entire thread's hilarious.
Of course it is.
Dude, Elon Musk is great. He's such an eclectic, weird guy, but it's funny. But he's like hilarious.
He's like the opposite of a normal CEO.
Yeah.
You're just like, what do you think Elon Musk does? I have no idea. What if I told you he was a CEO? What? No, he's not a CEO. Shut up.
Have you heard him on the Joe Rogan Have you heard him on a podcast before?
No.
Oh, dude, he's such a hard interview. Joe Rogan had I wouldn't say he had a tough time, but it was a little rough trying to get things to flow right for him.
Is it just because he doesn't want to talk, or he's just so eccentric that it's like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about?
It's not like he goes on forever. It's more like he doesn't elaborate. He answered straight. He's a true engineer. He'll say something.
Oh yeah. He'll give you the 2-word answer, and you have nothing to bounce back on.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I got you. Chat's like that.
That's funny.
How's school going? It's fine. It's like, all right, cool, great. glad it's going well.
Yeah, Elon did a blunt with Joe Rogan. He talked about artificial intelligence.
Oh, that was the interview. He smoked weed.
Yeah.
I see. I knew that was a thing. I just didn't know when it was. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, Joe Rogan got famous with that. That was solid.
Gotcha.
He wasn't big before. Now Elon Musk made him bigger. But the thing is, Teslas are sick though, man.
Oh yeah, I think they're super cool. I would love to have an electric car like that.
Yeah, agreed.
And then have my house be powered by solar, and then I would be off the grid.
Man, that's hard to do in our state though, man.
It's actually not as bad as you would think, because you still get some out of the clouds. But the indirect light
Yeah.
in the winter sucks.
Yeah, so it's like it's
But you
not
can
as
store-
efficient.
Yeah, but you can store a lot of it from the summer, I guess.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
You can see it power cells.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I gotta look into that because I feel like whenever I've seen like solar panels and all that stuff, I'm like, what's the actual efficiency for me to use this?
Yeah, solar panels aren't very efficient. I mean, they're always getting better,
Yeah,
but it's, to me, like, solar, you could just stick it on the roof of whatever you're building, and you can have it, like, covered.
that's true. That's true. Yeah,
It's
I
no,
mean,
like, extra, like, you don't need to get a wind farm, you don't need to build a giant dam.
oh, I see.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
It's just, look, your building's going to have a roof, just put solar panels on it.
Got it. Yeah, I wonder what the solar plants get whenever, you know.
Yeah, I have no idea. But actually, like, here in Washington, we have either the cheapest or second cheapest energy, like electric bills, because of the hydroelectric and the wind power that we have in the state.
Yeah, wind's crazy like in the Northwest. Like that's everywhere.
Yeah.
Where they, like,
It's just, wind is just weird because it's so, like, erratic.
yeah, it has to flow in the right direction for you to like utilize it well.
Yeah. And, like, the dam is always, like, that's pretty constant. It just, like, destroys the ecosystem around the dam. But
I know, right? I love dams, but yeah, that's a problem.
yeah. I mean, overall, it's not terrible, I guess. But just in the, like, the vicinity of the dam, I think it disrupts that ecosystem.
Yeah, yeah. I'm hoping that Elon will create a system where we don't, you know, rely on rocket propulsion to get us up.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, I don't.
Because you have to, it's a lot of power to try
Yeah.
and get out of our atmosphere.
It's like, dude, these magnets. You know the stupid conspiracy videos that are like,
Dude, the like magnet train stuff though is like super cool.
yeah.
Like as far as horizontal travel, magnets it sounds really cool.
And it's clean.
Yeah, and it's like frictionless. So it's like,
That'd be sweet. It'd be like, oh, dude, like, wow, what a trip that would be.
yeah. I can't, like, I want to go to Japan, and they have like the super fast trains, and I'm
Those
always
bullets.
curious. Yeah, I'm always curious how that'll feel.
It's probably just like, yeah, you're right. Because I don't even know, like, it's such
I'm
a
sure
big
the-
mass.
Yeah, I'm sure like the acceleration and deceleration are slow enough that it doesn't feel weird.
Yeah, agreed. I think it's like it's not like planes where it's like, you know, you dip, you know,
Yeah.
a few hundred
Well,
feet.
unlike, when you first take off of the plane, you actually get thrusted back into your seat. So,
yeah,
like, if we can handle that, I'm sure we can handle whatever the train's doing.
And I always wonder how that
see.
feels if you're on like a rocket.
Oh, dude, I can't even imagine.
Like,
Because, like, there's no way you're moving anything.
no, you're just like stuck to you're just glued to your seat, hoping you don't
Yeah.
blow up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have this rocket. Yeah, I'm basically using a missile.
Oh my gosh.
propel
Yeah.
my-
No, and the hoping you don't blow up thing, God, that has to be so real.
Oh, for sure.
You're just like, please make it, please make it, please make it. And then you, like, make it, and you're like, oh, thank God.
Oh yeah, dude. It's like shit.
And you're like, well, now I'm stuck out here. If anything happens, I'm fucked.
I know, right? Damn.
But space is cool.
Oh yeah, I would.
Love space.
If Elon Musk like allowed me to go to space on one of the first few rockets, I was like, yeah, dude, I'll do it.
Would you sign up to go to Mars?
Oh, to live on Mars?
I mean, there's no like round trip price. It's if you're going to Mars, you're staying on Mars.
I mean, you could round trip from the moon.
Yeah, the moon is so much closer.
But
Plus, like, Elon's whole thing is like to make a Mars colony. So I'm pretty sure if you signed up for his thing, you'd stay there.
yeah, you're right. Man, when I go to Mars, God, that's a tough question.
Ooh.
Part of me thinks I wouldn't because I'm so comfortable. But I think depending on the age in which I would be given the opportunity to, I might do it.
I see.
So if you told me like now, I'd probably be like, nah. Especially with how the world is right now.
Yeah.
But if you told me like in 30 years things are different, and he's like, you know, it is what I don't even know how old Elon Musk is. He's probably in his like 40s.
So Elon Musk is 48.
Yeah. So I'll be like in the 70s by that point. I'll be like, he's already done stuff. I'll do it.
Just for the record, Mars is approximately 468 times farther away from Earth than the Moon.
Wow.
Hello, listeners. This is Ryan from the future. I just wanted to double fact check those numbers that I just said because they're wrong. So the average distance between the Earth and Mars changes all the time because the Earth and Mars are both orbiting around the Sun at different rates. So there's a place where they can be the closest together when they're both like on the same side of on the Sun, and there's a place where they can be the farthest apart where they're like on the opposite sides of the Sun. And I'll link the article down below, but according to this article, the closest they can be together is 33.9 million miles, but that's never happened in recorded history. The closest they've ever gotten is 34.8 million miles, and that was in 2003. And the farthest away from each other they can be is 250 million miles. So there's like a huge stretch there. But according to NASA, the average distance between the Earth and Mars is 140 million miles. And also according to NASA, the distance between the Earth and the Moon is 238,855 miles. So based on those averages, the Mars distance from Earth is actually about 594 times further than the Moon. So I just wanted to update that number because it's a little bit off and it's actually even more staggeringly different than what I had said during the recording. But yeah, I'll shoot it back to the podcast where we talk about this more. Yeah.
How long does it take? How long does it take to get to Mars then?
I mean,
months.
How long does it take to get to the Moon? How long were the Apollo missions? How long did it take to get to the Moon? About 3 days.
To the Moon, damn.
So if we multiply this giant number by 3, that's 1,405 days. So like a little shy of 4 years. With the technology that we would have had back then. I don't know if it would be any different now, but that's all we can really go by.
Well, the thing is, you look at the technology now, and like, not much has changed aside from the interior, right?
I honestly have no idea what's changed in rocket science and space travel.
Sam, I know a guy who's in rocket science right now, but
Ooh.
I think he's like sworn to secrecy.
Alright, that makes sense. Especially if it's like not with NASA.
Yeah.
If it's one of the private ones, then yeah, I could definitely tell.
So it's interesting because I feel like we hit a standstill because we didn't put the budget. We never made a budget for it.
For what?
For space travel.
Oh, yeah. Well,
so
I think the big thing is, so, like, a manned mission on Mars, I guess, would really be like our manned mission on the Moon, where we could just, like, basically get geological stuff and bring it back.
Yeah.
But as far as, like long travel, like, colonization kind of thing, it's really hard to say whether or not that would ever be feasible, at least to me. Because let's say we send people now to go to Alpha Centauri or something, right? It's like 4 light years away. However long it takes for us to get there, by the time they're like halfway, our technology would probably be so far that we could send someone else and they'd get there before the original people.
Yeah, I see what you mean. That makes sense. It's almost like you're sending them on like a 5-generation trip.
Right.
Yeah, you make a good point. I mean, it's hard because like I think our perception of reality in terms of like how the future should shape up has been like indirectly influenced by, or I guess directly influenced in many aspects by like media and some of the
like
pop
science
culture
fiction.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like Back to the Future was floating floating
Flying cars.
skateboards.
Yeah.
Flying
Floating
cars.
skateboards, flying cars, and self-tying shoes, man.
Yep.
Wasn't
Yeah, and
Nike
there's
starting to work on that? Because
They
of
were.
that? See, that's super cool.
Yeah, that's kind of
When fiction inspires reality, I think that's super cool.
Yeah, but I think it also it muddies the actual realities of like what actually goes into
Sure.
creating tech, because everything's like, oh, well, it's like Star Trek.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just create warp speed.
Well, I think some of the
Material
things like self-tying shoes, I feel like we've come up with different solutions where it's like laceless shoes or shoes that like look like they're always tied but you just slip on kind of a thing.
Yeah, like anything that reduces like product
Yeah.
waste.
Yeah.
We've been able to innovate.
Yeah. And just things that I feel like all of our innovations now are just going to be things that make whatever the task is easier. So like, oh, putting on your shoe, that's a pain in the ass because you have to tie it. Well, now you don't have to tie it. Boom.
Yep, agreed. So yeah, it's like we're such an advanced like country that I always feel like we're always a little too stagnated for our own good, and we just want to make life easier rather than better.
Yeah, I feel like we do get stuck with that. And that gets into a lot of political things that are going on. Where you have, like, countries that have socialized healthcare saying, like, I don't understand why you guys don't do that. Where it's like, yeah, we're kind of stuck in the system already. I don't know.
Yeah, or like buildings are still made very similarly
Yeah.
as they were like decades ago.
Has there really been any like big like breakthroughs in construction, like especially for like residential construction?
I don't think residential construction has seen any major strides. I know in like commercial construction, I guess in some ways like private stuff, the residential stuff. Like like everything's becoming more disaster proof.
Yeah.
So
I feel like the construction itself is like really this like similar. It's like the materials that you're using, like the consciousness for like environmental stuff is going up, like efficiency is going up.
Yeah.
But like it's still like create the skeleton of your building, stick some windows on it, and fill it in.
Yeah, I think we see a lot more of the innovation are like people who are more green.
Yeah, I think that's really what it is. It's like a more modern look and like more efficiency.
Yeah, you see houses like the crates that they do at shipyards. Like they'll convert those into like houses.
Oh yeah, that kind of stuff is crazy to me.
Yeah, it's like
people have been doing like those like micro houses too, where it's like, oh yeah, I live in 200 square feet. I'm like, no,
that's too small for me.
No, thank you.
Yeah,
like it's so efficient. I'm like, yeah, I can't do that.
No, it's too tiny. I need like space.
Yeah, and I think most people are like that, where they feel like they need the space, right? You want to have like your separate room. You want to have an area where you eat, an area where you cook, an area where you poop. You don't want it all combined into one room. Yeah,
and like my computer alone would be like already taking up a quarter of the house.
Yeah, I think that kind of stuff too, where it's like, like gaming and like being on your computer, it's not a necessity in life, but just the way that we've shaped our lifestyles.
Yeah,
like you and me personally, like gaming is just a part of our lives.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's never gonna go away.
Yeah.
So.
And trying to do that in that small of a footprint just isn't really feasible.
Oh yeah, easily. Um, I mean, what kind of house are you going to be looking for? Like when you have the career going and you know you're trying to settle down.
It's hard to say. I mean, ideally, I'd like to like get with an architect and design one. I think that'd be super cool.
Yeah,
but
that'd be nice.
But I don't know how realistic that is. I don't think that's very realistic.
I mean, it depends, right? I mean, how much of a budget are you looking to use?
I guess it all depends. And who knows? I could find some like house that was already designed, and I'm like, oh man, I really like the way that was designed, and I could just buy that house.
Well, there's a thing people have told me about where they have like 5 set stock designs, and then all you have to do is tell them, oh, I want this modified, I want that modified, and then where it's gonna be, and then they can build them for you.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it was a man. I think somewhere in the middle of Pennsylvania that they were doing it because they were building new neighborhoods for like new suburban communities. So that was their way of sort of marketing themselves.
Yeah, because it's like cookie cutter, but then it's also like a personalized cookie.
Yeah, I think as you mentioned earlier, like the skeleton of it looks the same.
Yeah.
For the most part, but then there's some certain aspects.
Yeah. I mean that's fair.
Modify.
It's like alright, it's like the shape of your cookie is gonna be a horse, but
yeah.
You can make this a sugar cookie horse. You could make it a gingerbread horse. You could
precisely
have sprinkles or frosting.
Modify that you see fit, sort of deal.
Yeah, because I mean the neighborhood I live in is like a kind of a cookie cutter. Because one of the houses, like 4 houses down, they have like the same layout. It's just like mirrored from ours.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like super weird going into their house. And it's like, oh yeah, this is our house.
But the other way.
It's just backwards.
Yeah, there's I think a couple houses in my neighborhood that have very similar features, especially if you go down the hill.
Yeah.
They have very similar styles.
Yeah, I think it was just kind of easier because it was less like that. Whatever their architects were, whoever they had working on it, they just had to make like 7 or 8 different designs, and then you just copy paste through the neighborhood, and you can make like facade changes.
Yeah, and they're mainly like in front. More of the landscaping in front.
Right. Yeah, and that makes it different too, because like I think our property's the biggest one in the neighborhood, or at least in the lower part of the neighborhood.
I agree, because you guys have a side and backyard.
Yeah.
Well, everybody has more of like a front and back.
Yeah.
And then how your neighbor fenced off their house makes it that you have like a pretty decent front yard as well that goes into your driveway.
Yeah, I think just the fact that we're like at the bottom of the hill, like we have that bigger front yard, because most people's front yards are just like this small little patch.
Yeah. And I know your side neighbors have like sort of a more like dirt rock area with they have like a garden there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I always feel weird having a house like that's like further in, but like your place is fine because your driveway is like direct.
Right.
But there's like a house there that's like further in. Where you're like, oh, you're like having to drive onto another driveway past the house that has a direct driveway.
Yeah, that's always weird.
Yeah.
I guess our neighbor's house, like the ones to our side that are like facing our house, their house was supposed to be like oriented the same way as ours. But it wasn't for some reason. I don't know why.
Probably from like a spatial perspective.
But they had bought that house thinking it was going to be like oriented the same way as ours. So it's kind of
weird. Yeah, because I would think they would have a larger yard because of that.
Yeah. And I feel like we would have had it like, we would have had it fully fenced too, because we don't have that fence because it's their front yard,
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Have you guys ever talked about it directly?
We've talked about it, but
yeah.
I think all the kids like have grown up, so it's hard to say.
Oh, gotcha. Did you ever get along with all? I mean, I know like some of our classmates lived there. I mean, I know one of them at least lived there.
Yeah.
But did you ever like hang out with a lot of kids in that part of the neighborhood, or were you always like just like Carson and that's pretty much it?
I mean, it was really like Carson and his brother mostly. Like they would like play wiffle ball with Chad and me.
Gotcha. And Hearts is always like just down the street.
I mean, yeah, we never really like did anything with Horace, even though he was so close.
Well, his house is like weird, right? Because it's like in the neighborhood, but you have to like travel a little bit to get to him.
Yeah, we had to go up that big hill.
Yeah, that's a non-starter for a lot of kids.
Yeah, it was just like it was so much easier just to like go to Carson's house because it was right there. Be like, hey, you guys want to do wiffle ball? Okay, cool.
You know the saying, like, you know, you never know the last time you were gonna play with somebody.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, I saw a thing where it was like, at one point your mother put you down and never picked you back up again, and I was like, oh shit, that's true.
Oh damn!
There's a time in your life when your mom no longer picks you back up, so it's like this is the last time I'm putting you down. It's like, whoa, that's crazy.
I don't know how old that is.
I don't know.
Maybe kindergarten?
I mean, I feel like parents carry younger kids too. Like, oh, he fell asleep in the car, we'll just carry him up to his bed. Or he fell asleep on the couch, you know?
I think it's when you've reached a certain weight threshold.
Yeah, I think it's the weight threshold.
Because I think for me, it was like probably first or second grade, because I was a pretty big kid.
Yeah, I don't even know when mine would have been. Like, I have no gauge as to...
No, it's fine. Okay, I remember because I used to go pick up my mom from work when she was working at this skilled nursing facility, and so basically like a retirement home that they send a lot of like patients to. And she'd get off of work at around 11. And as a kid, when I wasn't in school, like during the summertime, I would just hang out with my dad. My brother and I would do it. And we would go pick up my mom. It'd be like 11. And I would fall asleep, and we wouldn't get home till like midnight. And then I wouldn't like be waking up, so my dad would carry me.
Oh.
I think I was around second grade when he started like waking me. I was like, "Hey, man."
Yeah. I always remember my parents would like waking me up. They're like, "Hey, we're home." And it's like, "Oh, okay." And I would just like drag myself out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, there's something about falling asleep in the car that's always super relaxing.
Dude, I wish I still could. I feel like I have to be like extremely exhausted to fall asleep in the car. Because otherwise I just like can't get comfortable like sitting up.
Gotcha.
And that's like I have trouble falling asleep in planes too because of that.
Planes are different though. I feel like planes are a little more annoying to fall asleep on.
I feel like the seats like push you forward.
It does.
And there's like zero lumbar support the way they make their seats, so it's like you're hunched over in your chair.
Like, I love flying, but I hate sitting in coach.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know if like I would say I love flying. I love traveling. but getting to the destination is kind of a pain.
Yeah, especially with security and then...
Oh, dude, I pay for TSA
gate.
pre-check, and it is...
Clutch?
It is super clutch. Especially like flying out of SeaTac, because that shit's a mess. Unless you have TSA pre-check, and then it's a breeze.
I remember flying through SeaTac, like when I was going to school down in the Caribbean, and I was like, what is this mess?
Yeah, I don't know why SeaTac, like why their layout is so inefficient. Like, I don't know what makes it so inefficient, but it's a fact. It's so inefficient for some reason.
I'll tell you why. It's because they only have 3 security gates. Like 3 main security gates. It's like they're both at the ends and then the one in the middle.
Is that really what it is? They only have 3.
I think it's only 3 ports that they go through.
I feel like there's other ones that have less. I feel like Denver only has like 1 main security check.
But how many people are going through Denver at a time?
That's fair.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, Seattle's a huge international port, so
It's gotten worse too in the last few years, especially with all the immigration going up.
But even like the traffic, like it's not set up terribly. I don't know if it's just because there's too much travel and the infrastructure just isn't big enough to handle it.
Well, that's why like when you guys came to Philly, right? Like the airport when you guys came in was straightforward. You all kind of verged into.
We drove to Philly.
Oh shit! Where'd you guys leave? Where'd you guys leave from?
DC.
Oh, DC. DC similar. So DC has like the way that their airport set up is like. Oh wait, which one? There's like multiple.
I think it was Reagan.
Reagan's nice.
I don't remember that.
Smallest.
Oh, it might have been. I don't remember. I want to say it was Reagan, but I don't know.
Okay. So the way so I'll just talk about Philly's because that's one I'm most familiar with. So Philly's airport is almost similar to New York's, where they have like multiple like areas that you can go to, A through E usually. They have different airlines, and each one of those has a security gate, and then they converge into like the airport itself. So I think you go through these different pods, and then you're able to kind of cut through security pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So it's not like SeaTac where everybody converges into like now you're going to start going to the airport, but now you have to go through security.
Yeah.
So it makes them more inefficient because now these lines are like only in these three main spots that you have to go through.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Which is annoying. So it's like like Christmas, like holidays are the worst. When school is out and coming back on, that's the worst.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I always feel like SeaTac, like while it was great, like it was okay during the '90s. Like it's starting to be a little too inefficient for its own good.
Right.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I could travel again soon, but I don't know, we'll see. Especially in the next month or so, if I can go home again.
Yeah, because you were supposed to come back in June.
Yeah, even if it's for like a week, I'll just take it. So I don't know.
That's fair.
So if you had to pick a place you can go, where would it be?
Like to travel?
To travel right now.
Right now, nowhere.
Not even Antarctica.
Okay, minus COVID.
Yeah, minus COVID.
Probably Japan.
Which part?
I've always wanted to go to Kyoto.
Ooh.
But I'm sure, like, if I ever go to Japan, I'll go, like, all over. Like, I'll spend a few days in different areas and then go to the next area. But I've heard, like, the temples and stuff in Kyoto are, like, spectacular.
Yeah, it's so traditional, right? It's like,
yeah,
it's where you think you're gonna learn the most about Japanese culture, at least the old culture.
Yeah, and I've always wanted to learn more because, for those of you listening, I'm half Japanese, so mm-hmm. I've always been akin to my Japanese side. I've always wanted to learn more about it. So yeah, probably Japan.
Being half Japanese, did you ever feel like you had like an identity crisis at all growing up as a kid?
No, because I always like identified. Whenever like people ask, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm Asian.
Gotcha.
Even though I feel like I don't really look it, but I've always just focused on that half really, because the other half is just like a mix of a bunch of crap.
What would you say? Yeah. What would you say your dad's side is primarily? Portuguese?
This is mostly Portuguese.
Portuguese?
Yeah.
Nice.
Moniz? You Portuguese? Yeah.
There was a joke I once was told about whenever you go to Portugal, it's like bread and fish. That's like what you would get all the time.
I don't know because my dad grew up in Hawaii and so did my mom. So they both grew up with like Hawaiian cuisine.
Oh, gotcha.
Which is just like a mismatch of Asian culture.
Gotcha.
So I know I think that's why too, is because I grew up with that. I grew up with like the Hawaiian culture, so I think I'm more identified with that, which is kind of like Asian based.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because like it's mostly like Japanese, Chinese, Filipino.
Yep.
And like Pacific Islanders, native Hawaiians. That's like most of the Hawaiian like culture is all of those kind of put together.
God. Yeah, because so growing up, we're like, oh, okay, I kind of have my own, my own identity.
Yeah.
And it's not like it never really wavered. Like how some kids like they start learning more and more about their culture, and they're like, oh, I don't even know who I identify with.
Oh, yeah. No, I've always kind of had that as my. It's almost like Hawaiian, but I'm not any part like Native Hawaiian.
Gotcha.
But I've always identified with like the culture.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
If they told you you could take a round trip anywhere, what would be the least likely place you would go to outside of like the United States?
I don't know. Where's there always active military conflict? Jerusalem.
Shout out to all my Hebrew friends.
Shout out to every religion who says that that's their base holy land and they're fighting over it instead of being like, we can share.
Shout out to my friend Mai who did the Israeli military for 2 years.
Oof.
Yeah, dude. This girl was like, I don't know how old she is now. She's probably, I think she was like 3-4 years younger than us. She's from Israel. She was in my karaoke group at one point.
Nice.
And then she and I were friends on Instagram, and she was in the military for a little bit. I'll find you a photo of her.
Yeah. That was my just the first thought was there, but I honestly don't know, cause
you're not wrong.
I wanna see like a lot of the world, and there's always gonna be places in any country that are nicer than others.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Like, I don't want to get killed anywhere, but
that's fair.
I still need to go to all 50 states, though. Like, I still haven't gone to all of them.
Oh, yeah? Dang.
Yeah.
I haven't either, and mainly it's a lot of the Midwest stuff.
Yeah, all the flyover states.
Yup.
Yeah.
So that's our friend Mai.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, she's cute.
Yeah, it's different, though, with the gun in the lap.
Cause shit's real over there, man. Shit's hella real.
Yeah.
We have it so good over here. It's kind of ridiculous how well we have it.
Oh, yeah. We don't have to worry about, anything.
Oh, it's nuts.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to knock out... Okay, here's all the states I've been to.
Okay.
Washington, Oregon, Idaho, California, Hawaii, Colorado, Wisconsin, Illinois, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, Pennsylvania, Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Mass, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine. Oh, no, wait, I don't think I've been to Vermont. New Hampshire, Maine.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's most of the Northeast, and then most of the West, and then 2 random states in the Midwest.
Let's see my list. Filling it out right now. And these are all places you actually walk through, not flow.
Yeah. Layovers don't count. This is where we actively did stuff in. Okay, maybe not Connecticut. I don't know if I actively did anything in Connecticut.
Did you go to Yukon?
No, I did not. Which is funny because I always have a soft spot for them in March Madness tournaments. But because when we visited Kim's family in New Hampshire, we drove to New York City, and so we went through Mass, Rhode Island, Connecticut to get there. And I know in Mass we stopped in. I remember stopping in Boston, and we had drinks with Monica while she lived there.
Oh yeah. That's fun.
Yeah, and we went to Fenway, even though they didn't have a game that day. We went to Fenway, and then at Rhode Island we went through Brown kind of quickly.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if we did anything in Connecticut. We might have just drove through. But I don't know if driving through counts.
Gotcha. Let's hear that. Oh, wait. Yeah, been there.
Are you actually filling one in? I just looked at the map. I was like, oh yeah, that one.
I've been to about a little over half, 29 out of 50.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, a lot of it's because of interviews.
Oh,
So,
that's right.
I kind of got a head start because that's the reason why.
Yeah.
So a lot of the Carolinas. I haven't been down south a lot, so that's really where I'm missing out. And like South and Midwest, that's where I'm missing a bunch of states. Otherwise, the Northeast corridor has been pretty much filled in.
Yeah.
Southeast, pretty much filled in, and then all the west side, pretty much.
Yeah. Have you been to Alaska or Hawaii?
I haven't been to Hawaii, and I've not been to Alaska yet. So those are kind of like the two like off,
Yeah.
off continent. I guess technically Alaska's in continent.
Well, it's not contiguous.
Yeah, outside the contiguous United States.
Yeah.
Those two.
Okay.
I would do Hawaii first and then Alaska.
Dude, we should do a road trip to Hawaii. Because I feel like I could get us free lodging.
Oh yeah, that'd be legit.
Yeah, because I feel like I have enough family there, and Walter too. We probably have enough family where we can like split us into like a couple houses.
I would find you I would find you a girlfriend there.
Oh my gosh.
In Hawaii.
You want to go to the mainland?
Hang loose, bruh.
No, don't ever say hang loose. No, that's shaka. It's a shaka. You throw
shaka.
Yeah. I gotta teach you the lingo.
Sweet. I need that. I'm not hip with the times.
No, the problem is don't try to speak it. They'll know that you suck at it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I do that to my parents. I'll like purposely get the accent horribly just to see them cringe.
and they're like, don't ever do that again.
Yeah.
You disrespect everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny. When you pull it out, these are like certain events. Like if they're annoying you, does that mean you do it?
No, I mean they'll pull out like the pigeon every once in a while, and I'll be like, yeah, and then I'll start doing it, and then they're like, no, stop. I'll be like, oh, right, come on, please.
I haven't earned it yet.
Yeah.
I guess you have to live there for a little bit, and then I think that's when you start picking things up.
Maybe. I don't know. I think it's like I'd have to be there for a while, I think, to pick it up. I mean, I can understand the pigeon English, but
nice.
I think just speaking it, like I know the words to say, is just the like inflection, I guess.
I see.
Yeah,
because having lived in like the Caribbean, like I really picked up some lingo because I think most of our time was like spent in English.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever you go out to like the local scene, you got the vibe. I don't think you really understood. I never really understood the language, just because we never really had time to study it. But at least you got to understand like how their culture works and how they, how they live life to the fullest.
Yeah.
So you start to appreciate some of those things,
Mm-hmm.
even though the communication is always a little bit of an issue,
right.
A little dicey.
Right. Yeah. Dude, I think we'd have a fun time in Hawaii.
Oh yeah, I think we'd learn how to surf.
Especially because Walter and I know our way around at least Oahu, so we can like take you guys to the cool spots.
That's nice. And you guys went often, right?
Yeah, like that was like our family vacation pretty much like every year or two. We would just go to Hawaii growing up.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, the nice side is we went to Hawaii a lot. The downside is we never really went anywhere else. So like, so what we just did, where I had like 20-ish states that I said I've been to, before I went to college, it was probably 4. Like, not even joking. Like, it was Washington, Oregon, California, and Hawaii.
To be honest, man, I'm not too far behind you, because outside of Washington State, it was like California, Oregon, Nevada, and I think that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
And I guess, and then yeah, because by the time I went to college, my cousin was already over, and then we went to Florida. That was the first time we went to
Oh
Florida.
my god, I forgot about Florida. I went to freaking Disney World, and I forgot about Florida.
Yeah, because I didn't go to I didn't go to Disney World until they started living in the Miami area, like Fort Lauderdale area. That's when I started going there.
Yeah. My one and only time was like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, dude.
That was fun. That was a fun trip.
For sure.
Dude, going on vacations with like our friend group is super fun. We need to get you in on one of them.
I know. I've always been kind of like the odd egg out when it comes to like being able to plan all this stuff.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Kim because she puts a lot of hard work into it.
Dude, she does such a good job with it, and I always like try to help. Like I feel bad because she does all the work, but she likes doing it. She likes planning and setting everything up.
Yeah. And I think she likes the fact that the end result's always going to work out because she knows that people going are going to have a great time.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, and I think like when she starts getting people that like aren't in our friends group going, like she has a harder time because it's like they're almost like wild cards.
Yeah. And that's why I make it a point. Like again, kind of going back to our first part of our conversation. It's like you find people and you're like, oh, can they hang with us?
Yeah.
Because if they can't, I don't think it's gonna work.
Right.
Because we're like we're an open group, but we're very like protective of each other.
Oh yeah, for sure.
To the point of where, anybody who penetrates the friend group is going to be a friend for life, even if the relationship doesn't work out.
Penetrates.
Yeah. Except, for the most part.
Yeah. No, it's true because I agree with you saying like we're very protective of each other. And I think that's why like us calling each other bro has like overstayed the normal like age level that people say bro.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
Because I think we just all think of each other as like brothers.
Yeah,
and
that's
so it's like, hey, bro,
yeah.
and it's
yeah, because I mean, we've already been like groomsmen for Tom and Kim's wedding.
Yeah. Oh, I guess you made it to that trip. We've had you on one trip. the wedding.
That was a great trip, but I wasn't at work yet.
Yeah. See, so now we got to get you in on one where we're actually doing like other stuff, like the Disney trips.
Oh yeah,
those were good. Plus, like, you'd actually be like helpful and stuff too.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm always I always feel bad for Kim, but I'm always trying to help her. Like, if not like with planning, at least with like while we're there. Like, oh, I can help you cook stuff if you need me to, or whatever.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, what's the next trip? Is it going to a Alaskan cruise? Is that the idea?
I'm not sure what the next one is.
Okay.
I mean, Kim was talking about doing that international trip, but I think that's like several years down the road.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'm sure we'll have a U.S. trip somewhere.
Gotcha. Okay, that'd be sweet. I'm hoping. Would we do Vegas?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Vegas can be nuts.
I know. Vegas is weird because I think there's a few of us that would really enjoy it and a few of us that really wouldn't take advantage of what Vegas has to offer.
I think
to put that nicely.
I think for me, I think most of it's going to be. I gamble, but I don't gamble like at that level. That some people would put in like $1,000 and be like, "Let's go."
Yeah.
I'm more the guy who will be like, maybe I'll put 100 here, maybe 100 there, and then maybe total upwards of maybe $500 in the total trip.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the most I've spent, but I was in the black by the time I was out of there. So.
Right.
And then
and I think that's the thing is that like. I think everybody else except for me would like go gamble at least a little bit, but that's not my thing.
I'd get you into blackjack. I think you'd like blackjack.
Maybe.
It's one of the few games where I think you'd be like, oh, the odds are it sucks because you're the person who has to set up their hand.
I mean,
But
I
it's
understand blackjack. I don't know. Just like personally, the idea of putting money into a place that I know I'm like going to lose money in.
No, dude, I get that because I'm the same way. That's why I like arcades more.
Yeah.
At least it's
because like I'm wasting money, but at least I'm having fun doing it.
Yeah.
Whereas like when you're gambling your money, you're like I could win money, and then when you lose, it's like disappointing.
Yeah, that's why.
So at least with an arcade, you're like I know I'm losing money, but hey, I'm having fun, and maybe I'll get a high score. Who knows?
Yeah. or maybe I get a large ass stuffed animal that I then have to get through TSA. Who knows?
Right? Yeah. What's in the stuffed animal? I swear it's stuffing. I swear.
I swear, no drugs.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah, I feel like I would take advantage of like the food in Vegas and like maybe some shows. But I feel like I would also just want to like walk around and take pictures. But I also hate that it's going to be 100 degrees.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Should be okay.
I don't know how many people in the group are like wanting to go to Vegas, but I feel like I'm the worst person to take.
Well, I think you and I would be hanging out at like the Mirage, the Circus, where they have more of like an arcade based, setup. If I were to tell people to go and gamble somewhere, it would probably be Circus, just because they still have the old school slots where like the odds are a little bit better. But you try playing some of these computerized ones, it's a tough game to play because they're all like really bad reels.
Yeah.
They try to screw with you, like, oh, it's slowing down, which if for an old gambler would have been like, that's a sign that it's about to pay. Nope.
Gotcha.
Nope. They try to play you. That's my problem with slot machines now. So, with that said, I want to thank you guys for all coming in today.
Oh yeah, we've gone longer than I thought we would for a podcast.
Yeah, I mean we have some cuts here and there, so I'm thinking this is gonna balance everything out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So you want to hit us with that outro?
Yeah, I got you. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, we are the Beta Bros. This is the Beta Bros Banter podcast. You can check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/SuperBetaBros. We're also on Twitter at Beta Bros Studios. I don't think we have any other social media things. But
no.
Yeah. But you can check us out individually. My buddy here, D/Dan/Danilo, is at Tito7177. That's TEDO7177. That's Twitter, Insta, Steam.
Snapchat if you guys are so inclined.
Snapchat. No TikTok.
I don't use it. No TikTok.
No TikTok. And then me, Ryan, I am at ZeldaMariners on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Steam. I think I have a Snapchat, but I never use it, so I don't post anything, so it's not worth following. Is what I'm saying.
I'm also on Vine.
I was drinking water as you were talking, and that was a mistake. Yeah, Vines were nice, but
oh, dude, I love Vine.
Anyway, that's all we got for you today. Thank you all so much for listening. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.